Today on The Joy of Editing, it's a TK Wednesday special edition. Today, I'll be getting creative with TK9 and do a black and white sketch. Hello everyone and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Let's have some fun today with TK9. There's something in TK9 called workflow extras and you'll find them in the TK9 multi-mask panel right here. Just click on this button and you will notice workflow extras. By the way, if you don't yet own the TK9 plugin for Photoshop, I will have links for it in the description below this video. I'll also be bringing the TK channel mixer into play in this video, so I also have links for the TK channel mixer. It's only $10. It works with color images and it's also great for making black and white conversions. Let's go ahead and jump right in. This shouldn't be too long of a video, but it's going to be a lot of fun and I hope you give it a try. By the way, you can download this image, which is a stock image, but I'll have a link for it in the description below this video. Just to recap, I clicked on this button right here on the multi-mask panel, which brings us into workflow extras, and you'll notice the name Steve Dell, and under Steve's name we have color sketch, black and white sketch, and line sketch. Three different really cool actions for making sketches. Now, if you click on the name Steve Dell and this dialog comes up, request for permission, just click allow. This will open up your web browser and take you over to Steve's website. Now, if you click on this button, it'll take you into Steve's sketches, and we have several sketches in here that he's using these actions with. If I click on this one here, this is a black and white sketch. And if I click on this one, this is a color sketch. And if I go over here, we have some more black and white sketches. So check out Steve's various sketches, and I think you'll get some inspiration, but they're really cool. I'll close down my browser and we'll get started. We start out by clicking this black and white sketch button, and when we do, we get a minimum dialog comes up. Now you can adjust this. Right now it's set at 4 pixels, but you can make those pixels larger. Watch, I'll drag this to the right and notice how the lines get wider. You see that? So you can adjust this to your heart's content wherever you like it, and you can make it thinner, like have thinner lines, whatever you want. But I think what I'll do is use the default setting of 4 pixels. I like it on this image and I'll click OK. And now we have our sketch. But notice right here, this layer that is active is called Adjust Sketch. What I can do is come up to my levels adjustment in the properties panel and work on this. For instance, if I want these lines to get darker, I can take this mid-tone adjustment and drag it to the right and see how the lines start to get darker, and just adjust it to where you like it. If you want your highlights to go brighter, you can take this slider and start to drag it into the left and see how you can make your highlights lighter, whatever you want, but I'm going to leave it right where it's at. And then for shadows, if you want to darken up your shadows, you can take this shadow slider and drag it to the right and your shadows will get darker. So you got a lot of fine tuning here. And what I think I'll do is just make the shadows a little bit darker. And again, the midtones just a little bit darker, not too much, but I think that looks good right there. And then later, if you want to work on your lines, you could use this inverse black and white sketch and double click on minimum. And when you do, this minimum dialog comes up so you can make your lines wider by dragging the radius to the right, or more narrow by dragging this to the left. So you have a lot of control. By the way, here's a little tip for you. You see this layer right here, remove color, black and white sketch. If you wanted to, you could click on this layer and take the opacity and drag this back and add some color back into the image and turn this into like a color sketch. It's meant to be a black and white sketch, but you can play around and add some color in if you want to. In this case, I want a black and white sketch, so we're going to keep the opacity up the whole way. Now I'll start to experiment a little bit. I want to work in the sky. I'm not happy with this sky, so here's what I'm going to do. You see this black and white sketch group? I'm going to click right here and collapse this group, because what I want to do is I want to select the foreground. Now, right now on the Combo CX panel, if I click this button, I will select the sky. If I double click it, I'll select the foreground. But right now, you'll notice I'm on a group. If I double click this to select the foreground, this message comes up. A group layer cannot be the active layer for this function. I'll just click OK. So what I want to do is click on the background layer. And now I can go ahead and double click on the sky button, and I will select the foreground. And now I'm going to click on the black and white sketch group to make it active. And now what I'd like to do is apply the foreground as a mask to this group. So to do that, we'll click this button right here, and you'll notice we only have the black and white sketch on the foreground, which is what I want, because now we're going to work on the sky independently of the foreground. I don't want my sky blue, I want it black and white, so I'm going to call on the TK Magic Mixer to do a black and white conversion, and this will be very simple. So with the TK Magic Mixer, click on the plus button, and now we've converted that sky to black and white. Now whatever I do to the Magic Mixer in terms of adjustments, it will only affect the sky. That's just the way it works. It only looks for color in the image, and this foreground that I've already turned into a black and white sketch is black and white, so it will not touch that. So what I'd like to do is, if I click this eye on the TK Magic Mixer panel, we can see that I have blue in this image. We're just looking at the original layer right now. So I'm going to click this button again, and that turns the layer back on. I know if I come to this yellow blue slider, and if I drag this slider to the right, I will make my blues lighter, but if I drag it to the left, I'll darken my blues. And I just want to pop a little bit of contrast in that sky. So I'm going to take the slider and slowly drag it to the left and just add a little bit of contrast. Make those blue areas a little darker, but doesn't that look cool? Let me shut this layer off. Here's before and here's after, but now we have that nice sky to go along with that sketch in the foreground. I think it really all blends really well together. I really like the way this turned out, but if I want to, I can open up this group by clicking right here, the black and white sketch group. And what we can do is we could come to our adjust sketch layer and click on it. And then if I want to darken up the midtones of the sketch, I'll take this midtone slider and I'll start to drag it over to the right. See how it darkens up when I drag this midtone slider over to the right? So we can adjust this if we want to. We can make our shadows, again, a little bit darker if we need to, but I don't want to make those too dark, and I think I'm going to leave them right here. But that looks really good. Now, remember also, we can double click on minimum, and our minimum dialog comes up. If I don't want those lines quite as wide, I can drag this radius to the left and readjust that a little bit if I want to. You see that? So we have a lot of control here, and maybe I'll take it to like 3.5 and click OK. But there you go. Now, if we want to see the overall before and after, I'll come to my combo panel or CX panel and look for this button right here. Click this button. We started out here, and we end up here with this really cool black and white sketch, and I hope you give this a try. This is a lot of fun, and it's so easy thanks to Steve Dell. Thank you, Steve. I went ahead and zoomed into the image so we could get a real good look at the sketchiness of this image. Isn't it nice? We have this really cool sketchy look. We have this motion blur going through here, which I think really adds to this image. It gives it a nice little abstract look right here in the center. But isn't it cool? I really love how this turned out, and I do hope that you will give it a try. Well, there it is, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe. Click that bell notification icon. Click all so that you'll receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. I'll see you all right here next time, but until then, happy editing.